Hello everyone, the Pokemon finalist back here again, and today I'm going to be doing another standard deck profile. This is actually going to be one of my friend's decks that I have played on camera, and we're actually looking to get some advice from you guys in the comment section, preferably, just how to make the deck better. And this is a list that we both really like right now, but we're really unsure about it. It is a Greninja break deck, so there's lots of different ways of going about it, and we're just not sure if this is a perfect list, so we're looking for advice from you guys, and this is just what we have so far. So I hope you guys enjoy. First off, we start with the usual line for Greninja break. I'm just going to lay it all out there. The 3-4-4-3 line. This is pretty common, kind of the standard nowadays. You need the 4 Frogadier for when you water duplicates, you need the 4 Greninja for attacking, and you need the 3 Froakie to draw, because you want to set up Greninja break, through regular evolving rather than just water duplicates, and the 3 Greninja break as the big powerhouse of the deck with giant water shuriken. This seems to be what a lot of people are running, and it runs the best, at least for us as well, because you don't really need the 4th Froakie because you would rather start with Talonflame, so this is just kind of the best line as of right now. And of course we don't have the other Greninja anymore from XY, so we're just using the 4 newer ones. And yeah, I wouldn't really change that, but again, open to suggestions. So, and next up is our preferred starter is 4 Talonflame. It's just a great card overall. Free retreat, lots of HP, and its attack can do 40 and search up cards from your deck to help you set up your Greninja line. And of course 40 is helpful against something like a Combi, which I found out at a league challenge yesterday is a convenient number against a deck that might be problematic like Vespiquen. And just a great card overall to set up your deck and kind of have a big wall early on in the game that most decks can't knock out, the fastest. So 4 is the number we like. Could be lower because, again, if you don't start with it, then it sucks and it's just a dead card, and there's always going to be at least 3 of them that are dead in your deck, and sometimes even 4. So but again, a great starter, and what we'd prefer to start with in pretty much every matchup. So our last Pokemon is 1 Klefki. Wonderlock is great against Megas that might be like rushing you down, something like Mega Rayquaza or even Mega Mewtwo, just trying to get a quick knockout on you, especially if you go second and you need to protect something like a Froakie. This can always just be a great insurance policy, protect you for a turn. And even it's great at any point throughout the game against a Mega deck, and we do have ways of getting this back as well in case we need to use it more than once. So the 1 is great. Wouldn't really play more because it is a bad starter, a very bad starter, so we'd prefer to stick with the 7 good starters out of 8. So playing more would be kind of risky, and yeah. Next up is the supporter line, which is we start off with 4 Sycamore and 4 N. Just the best supporter line for a deck like this. We do not play Shaman because you can't really play Shaman in a Greninja deck. Not only is it a really bad starter, but you're trying to make them take 6 prizes throughout the game. So benching Shaman is just really easy for them to catch up with your deck and just kind of outpace you. So you really need more draw supporters to compensate for not having that draw Pokemon like Shaman. So we run the 4-4 and it works best as of right now. And the last draw supporter is actually an Ace Trainer. You will almost certainly be falling behind with this deck. An Ace Trainer can just kind of limit somebody really in the mid game. They take a prize right away and you're just like, okay, well, I'll put you at 3 and I get a new hand of 6. So having 1 Ace Trainer is always kind of nice. And you can be in an exchange with some deck where you're at 4 prizes and they're at 3, and you can still get 6 cards out of it, where it can be better than an N at some points throughout the game. So having one is always nice, especially if you want a VS Seeker for it. So the tech supporters, I guess I should just do the Wally. Wally's just to get the turn 1 water duplicates if you start with Froakie, so it's always great to have if you don't start with your Talonflame. So, and of course, can set up your Greninja break line faster than usual, and 2 seems to be a solid number for right now. Next up is 2 Lysander. Obviously, just to pick things off, or even trap them in the active spot. And the biggest use for it is just Garb. You need to kill Garb as quickly as possible, because it'll just shut off your abilities for the rest of the game, and you'll just lose because you can't use giant water shuriken, so you need the 2 Lysander to be able to take it out as quickly as possible. So yeah. The last supporter is a Fisherman. Just get back your energy, dump them all with giant water shuriken, or even attach them. Just like your big, heavy-hitting supporter, and of course you can always VS Seeker for it, so you'll never really run out of energy with a deck like this when you play the Fisherman, so a great one-of supporter to have. 3 VS Seeker, 4 gets a little bit clunky, but 3 is the right amount, really, if you want to get back any of your 6 different supporters, so yeah. And the ball line is pretty unorthodox. We do have I'll just lay it all out. We have the 4 dive ball, which can grab pretty much everything. Well, rather, the entire Greninja line, which is really all you'll want to be grabbing with this deck. And level ball can grab most things that you'll need early on in the game. And Ultra Ball is kind of there to discard your excess cards like Wally or Talonflame, or really anything you won't need when there's a possibility you could get end, or you just want to discard the cards in case you were to shuffle them back in. And it's just kind of a catch-all item. It will grab anything in your deck, which is awesome. So 8 seems to be a solid number now, and it always seems like in testing, Ultra Ball is just fantastic, just being able to grab whatever you want. So, and of course discarding the cards is usually ends up being a good thing. So for energy, anything related with energy, I'll just lay these out. Professor's Letter, just grab multiple energy and either attach them or just start dumping them with giant water shuriken. And energy retrieval to do kind of the opposite, get them back from your discard pile. And Super Odd can shuffle in anything really. If you need energy, you'll just grab energy if you're fully set up. If you need Pokemon, just shuffle back in Pokemon to set up more Greninjas. And also, if you need the Klefki, can come in handy against that as well, or with that rather. And also with the Klefki, we play 1 Buddy Buddy Rescue. As it may seem a little bit strange, but it's actually really great. Being able to grab back any Pokemon from your discard pile is very useful, and of course, if you need that Klefki in a pinch, you can buy yourself another turn against a Mega deck with that Buddy Buddy Rescue. Whereas if we played 2 Super Odd, if we had that Super Odd and we just want a Pokemon in our hand right away, then Super Odd won't really do exactly that. So we play the 1 Buddy Buddy Rescue, and it's been pretty great so far. As for stadiums, play 2 Faded Town, 1 Silent Lab, that's a proxy for right now, and a Parallel City. This is very anti-Mega Ray, because all of those stadiums are quite hating of that deck, and they all have their own uses. Obviously, Faded Town is great against something like Mega Mewtwo as well, or really any Mega, whereas Parallel City is good against something like Rainbow Road, Mega Ray Quaza, even Volcanion. And the Silent Lab is great against everything. Our only basic ability is the Klefki, so if you feel you don't need it, or you won't have access to the Klefki for the rest of the game, you can just stick somebody with a turn 1 Silent Lab, and just kind of, maybe they'll draw dead because they don't have a Shaman or a Hoopa, or maybe they won't be able to use their Volcanions for the entire game. It can really just catch somebody off guard if you get it down fast enough, and it's just been really awesome so far. If you guys notice, there's no rough seas. We feel a lot of decks are taking one-shots this format, whether or not it's Mega Rayquaza, Mega Mewtwo, or Vespiquen, really just anything. And rough seas, healing 30, it's not what it used to be with something like Trevenant or Seismitoad, only dealing damage in increments of 30. So rough seas just isn't as powerful as it was. So playing more, basic hate or mega hate as well with Faded Town, just kind of playing against the new metagame with these stadiums rather than playing rough seas just seems to be the better way of going about it. So that's the stadium lineup, and you usually win the stadium war because you have so many of them. It's pretty hard to lose, so that's just the lineup for now. And lastly, it's 8 water energy. Pretty straightforward. You need to attack, you need to use Giant Water Shuriken. If you start with Talonflame, you want to start with an energy for a turn 1 Arrow Blitz. All pretty standard stuff. 8 is pretty mainstream. So yeah, so that's the list, and this is kind of what we have so far. But again, open to all suggestions. We'd love to hear back from you guys just to kind of figure out what this deck might need, what we could possibly be missing, or what would be better in a different metagame. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you guys next time.